Hi there, hey, it's Paul here from Turboweb. Just want to introduce you to the foundation template that we've made for organisations, community groups, not-for-profits, things like that. And I'm just going to give you a quick run through and just show you how that thing works. Now, I've got a giant mouse, so don't freak out. This is just so you can see where I'm talking, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is take you through the home page and just show you what some of those features are. So of course we've got our logo on the top, and then we've got our menu as we go. You can do drop downs on those menus, all the usual suspects up there. And then in the top of the website, we've got nice big beautiful banner here. We've got an overlay there, and we've got a button that can go off to more information. So you can configure all these things, change your customer journey or your viewer's journey as they go through. We've got what we call call outs here, so call to action. So this is how you silo people through various aspects of your website. And in this case here, we've got who we are, donate, volunteer, and events. Okay. We've then got our main text in the page, and we've got a little image in there, and then you can see that the volunteer hours has come up as well. So we've made it so you can put your hours in there, and then that's always going to display people, so you can show how much work you're doing in the community. Really important when you're trying to get funding and things like that, to show that you're putting a good effort in, and if people see you're doing the right things, they're going to back you. Then we've got a subscription here where you can get onto the newsletter mailing list for the organisation. A couple of call outs to news. You can click through to all the news. Then we've got an Instagram feed. In this case here, we've used the Turboweb Instagram to get your way through. And then of course, like all good websites, it's got a nice footer down the bottom, so you know you've got to the bottom of the website. Take you onto the Who We Are page. And so once again, nice big banner on the top, and then we've got a little bit of text talking about the foundation template, and then you see we've got our first group, which is, we've used the Turboweb crew as an example. So Paul, Sarah, Bob, and Joe, and then we've got an example of the ground crew, and with some example people here, pretend people. Now, what's great about this is you can group people, okay? So you could have, these are our trappers, these are our people that do water quality, these are our people that do plants, that kind of thing. Good to put a little profile on there. What we've found is when you're trying to recruit volunteers, you need to show potential volunteers who you are and what you look like, you know? Because they're going to look there and go, does it look like I can get on with these people? Does it look like I'm going to fit in? Yeah, that's cool. And then we go to the supporters page. So big banner, and then we've got a few examples here of supporters. So supporters would be the people that make donations to you, people that support you with materials, with skills, those kind of things. So there's two ways to profile a supporter. One is something that links straight out to the website. So in this case here, out to Araha Kaikorai Valley. And then the other way to do it is like this Turboweb one, where you do a whole profile on the business, so you can really give them the love, right? You can talk about them. Unlimited images, unlimited text. All the images pop up to the nice big version, and then we've got a link off their website. So see, now we go out to the Turboweb website. I'll just show you a supporters page set up really well on Araha Kaikorai Valley, where we've got a bunch of them. And when you start to see it like this, you can really see it comes into its own, eh? And if we look at Embark Accounting, there's Jared and the crew. In their office, they got a nice little blurb, they've got a little quote, they've got their logo, there they all are there, and then you can head off and visit their website. So that's a great way to give back to Embark Accounting, because they support us and we can profile them. So carrying on our website, the give page, this is where we're collecting donations. So nice bit of text in there talking about how you could help them out. Bank details, really important. If you've got people that just like to do a direct deposit, then make sure you got your details there. And then we've also got a form where you can fill in and you can make a donation by credit card, and you could choose a one-off donation, or you could choose a monthly donation and choose your amount. That works really well. So we've got people that give everything from $5 a month to $100 a month to $1,000 a quarter. You know, there's all different things for different people. So we're all about just enabling that process, let people help the organisation, and away we go. We've got a simple e-commerce store in this template, and that allows you to sell some fundraising products. So here's some example products: t-shirt, sweatshirt, beanie, etc. You can have as many products as you like. The volunteer page, this is pretty cool and very powerful too. So we've got a little bit of text, and then we've got a form that you can fill in, and the user can put in their name, email address, phone number, preferred contact. So is it phone or email? We find people all have different things. And then what they're interested in, is it predators, plants, water quality? And then we can also allow them to sign up on the mailing list and then submit that. This is super powerful because there's a hook in place where we can set them up in Adepti as well. And Adepti is the online operations manual for your organization. That'll be in another video. That's a whole nother thing on its own. Carrying on here, events. So you can have your events showcased here, all your upcoming events. And what's really cool about it is you can enable RSVPs on that. So here's a basic event. So a little bit of blurb, a little image, a big image, and there's RSVP. If I go to the other event, you can see that we've got a little more info in there. So example event, we've got where it is, we've got the time, we can do a start time, we can do a finish time, because you might have a whole weekend activity, or it might be a 1 hour activity. All your images pop up to the bigger version like that, so you can click through, and we've got the RSVP down the bottom. The beautiful thing about the RSVPs is that once someone's RSVP'd, if you put up a new event, it will notify them, and it will let them RSVP to the new event. And that is a super powerful tool with getting people on board. The news items, you can end up with a nice big grid of news items like this. It's a great way to build a library of what you've done. So a little historical record, and we've found with Araha-Kaikorai Valley, if we go back, have a look at that, I'll flip over to there, and we'll look at our news. See it all nicely laid out in a grid like that, and you can see that there's heaps going on there, right? And that means that if people are interested in what we've done, and at pages like that as well, if they're thinking about coming on and volunteering or supporting us, they can see all the adventures that we've been getting up to, and there's been heaps, so that's really cool. You can do a whole bunch of stuff in news, but let me just quickly show you. You can put text in, you can get buttons in, you can do links, you can put images in, they pop up to big images, you can drop videos in, and you're not limited. So you could do a whole lot of images. You could really show a story. I'll give you an example from Araha-Kaikorai. And if we go to, go back to the news page, right, here's all our news coming up. And I'm going to, community cleanup, perfect. All right, so we did a rubbish cleanup. We put a nice, and you can lay out images a different way. Nice big image in there. Then we've got a bunch of them in like this. They all pop up to the big version, right? So it's a classic way of profiling all our people and showing what's going on. And look at that. Yeah, really good. So super powerful, good way to do things. And then we've got our standard contact page, as you would expect. A little bit of blurb, you can have your different methods of who you might want to contact, things like that. And then we've got a standard form in there, which will email the website administrator and say, hey, they're coming on. The last thing we've got is our phone number up the top, which someone can hit that and give you a call. So yeah, there you go. That's an introduction to the foundation template. It's something we've made by Turboweb. And remember, we're always here to help. We're happy to talk you through this, get your organisation set up, and yeah, let's get out there and do the good work. That's what we're in here for.